Can we talk about anxiety during perimenopause? It comes all of a sudden like a wave of unease, restlessness, and worry that seems to come out of nowhere, and it's here to stay. Every new symptom, sensation, headache, body change fills us with great concern. Even getting into the car and onto the highway makes us feel dizzy or like passing out. Maybe it kicks in the morning or around evening time, but this isn't normal anxiety. Perhaps it feels physical, more than a just in-your-head anxiety. It seems resistant to mindfulness, meditation, or deep breathing exercises. Is it aging, hormones, or are we just going crazy? Hello, ladies. We created this video to help more women realize anxiety is normal during perimenopause. You are not the only one, and no, it's not just all in your head. In this video, we will be sharing all the different strange ways that hormonal anxiety can manifest. Some that you won't ever expect, and makes you think, that was perimenopause? You'll also discover what's exactly happening to your body that's causing this feeling of endless unease. When will this anxiety ever end? And what women like you have done to get rid of the anxiety so that you don't have to live the rest of your life like this? First of all, it's crucial to know anxiety doesn't mean you're going mad, but rather it's a common symptom associated with hormonal changes during perimenopause. If you've had postnatal depression or dealt with PMS before, you might also be more susceptible to anxiety during the menopausal journey. These hormone fluctuations can last up to 10 years, but typically averages between 4 and 8 years before you reach full menopause. In fact, estrogen is closely tied to your happiness levels. Researchers discovered that estrogen levels have an impact on serotonin, which is often called the happy hormone, because it helps regulate mood. There's also evidence suggesting that estrogen also affects cortisol, the stress hormone. When estrogen levels drop, cortisone levels may rise, which could lead to more stress and anxiety. And let's not forget those sleepless nights, thanks insomnia, that only help fuel this cycle further. The physical changes happening in our bodies may also affect us mentally and emotionally. Dealing with symptoms like hot flashes or sleep disturbances can leave us feeling exhausted, frustrated, and on edge. External stresses such as work pressure or relationship issues can also exacerbate mood swings during perimenopause. When it comes to dealing with everyday stress, our bodies are going through some changes that can make it a bit tougher. You see, hormones are doing their thing, and it can mess with our ability to handle stress like we used to. So, don't be hard on yourself if those everyday stressors feel a bit more overwhelming than usual. After speaking to hundreds of women, we found out there are 10 different ways anxiety can rear its head during perimenopause. And trust me, some of them will catch you off guard. Starting with number 1, rage and impatience. When it comes to anxiety, some women may choose to take flight and steer clear of anything that triggers their anxiety. However, others experience the fight response and can become pretty darn angry. Yep, you heard it right. Anxiety can sometimes fuel a fiery temper. So, why does this happen? Well, we feel trapped or find it hard to communicate our emotions. Frustrations start to bubble up, and we may snap at our loved ones. Number 2, sudden mood shifts. One moment you may feel happy and content, and the next you're overwhelmed with irritation or sadness. These abrupt changes can take a toll on your emotional well-being and leave you feeling out of control, like you're in someone else's body. Number 3, general anxiety. Sometimes anxiety can manifest as a constant low-grade sense of unease or worry, often without any specific cause or trigger. Women may find themselves feeling anxious about everyday tasks or situations that previously didn't bother them. Number 4, depression and low motivation. It's normal for anxiety to suddenly slip into despair and unhappiness, seemingly for no reason. Things that you loved to do don't seem worth doing anymore. For women who used to have a cheerful and optimistic personality, this shift into low emotions can feel alarming to themselves and their loved ones. Number 5, crying spells. It's not uncommon to find yourself tearing up over things that wouldn't have bothered you before. Suddenly, you find yourself crying at the drop of a hat, and it's like your emotional threshold has gone haywire. Sad TV commercials, challenging situations, even simple decisions, they all have the power to turn on the waterworks, leaving you wondering, why am I crying so much? Number 6, insomnia. Thanks to the anxiety, many women find themselves lying awake at night, unable to fall asleep or stay asleep. You might find yourself waking up frequently throughout the night or having trouble falling back to sleep after waking up earlier than usual. It's a vicious cycle because this lack of quality sleep can trigger more anxiety. Number 7, antisocial tendencies. You may find yourself withdrawing from social activities, canceling activities left and right, and pushing people away, even your friends and loved ones. Suddenly, those social activities that used to bring joy become a source of unease, and the thought of spending time with friends and loved ones feels more scary than energizing. Number 8, health anxiety. This involves excessive worry and fear about one's health, often leading to heightened awareness of bodily sensations and an intense focus on potential illnesses. This can result in hypervigilance, constant researching of symptoms online, and unnecessary doctor visits. Health anxiety can be extremely distressing and cause tremendous disruptions in daily life. Number 9, loss of interest in hobbies. Many women describe losing their old passions. Those activities that used to light up their world and bring them heaps of joy suddenly lose their sparkle. It's like their brain is going through a rewiring process during perimenopause, and their interests and priorities change in that process too. Number 10, loss of confidence. Anxiety has a way of playing tricks on our confidence in our abilities. You're not alone if you find yourself feeling a bit shaky when it comes to driving on the highway or taking on big projects at work. Even taking on criticism feels nerve-wracking, and making important decisions feels like an enormous paralyzing task. When it comes to dealing with anxiety during perimenopause, it's really a journey of finding what works for you. While there are many resources online on how to manage anxiety, we want to shed light on some of the tried and proven methods. First, many women are curious if hormone therapy can help them manage anxiety, and the answer is, it depends. Hormone therapy, or HRT, can alleviate symptoms like irritability, anger, and emotional fluctuations. However, it's important to note that HRT may not be suitable for everyone, as it does carry some risks and potential side effects depending on your medical or family history. Make sure to consult with your healthcare provider to determine if HRT is the right choice for you. Another common solution is antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication, and mood stabilizers. These drugs work by regulating brain chemicals that influence mood. However, many women try to stay clear of these drugs if they can help it, because they don't want to live with the side effects, which include low libido, insomnia, weight gain, constipation, and so on. Now that we've got the medications out of the way, many women want to start with natural ways to manage their anxiety first, and the answer is usually more simple than you think. First, we want to talk about cutting out sugar. Research has shown that too much sugar can contribute to depression, mood swings, and anxiety. When we devour sugary treats, our blood sugar levels soar sky high, giving us a temporary surge of happiness. But once our blood sugar levels crash down, we're left feeling low and drained, leaving us in a funk. Not only that, but the roller coaster of sugar can also disrupt neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, affecting how we feel. Next, you can give nature's Xanax a try. Researchers discovered some seriously promising results for depression that doesn't respond to traditional therapies. It's called magnesium L-threonate, a special form of magnesium that has a special ability to cross the blood-brain barrier to reach brain cells. Once it's inside, it works by enhancing synaptic connections and improving brain plasticity. You see, participants in the study experienced significant reductions in their depression symptoms. It was like magnesium L-threonate seemed to have the power to uplift spirits and bring relief to those who have been struggling for a long time with no solution. Next, we just can't get away from good old exercise. Exercise such as walking, jogging, cycling, or hiking releases endorphins, which are often referred to as the feel-good hormones, or natural cannabis-like brain chemicals. Dedicate a fixed time during your day to get your body moving, even if you don't feel like it, and you may experience a positive change in your thoughts and emotions. Want to stay home? Look for videos on YouTube. There are workout videos for all ages, and even those you can do while sitting on a chair, so there's very little excuse not to get shaking. Lastly, we can't do a video on anxiety without touching upon gut health. Yeah, weird, right? How is anxiety related to your gut? You see, our gut is like a bustling metropolis, home to trillions of microorganisms that form in our gut microbiome. Research has shown that our gut and the brain are constantly talking through a network called the gut-brain axis. Our gut microbiome produces neurotransmitters like serotonin, often referred to as the happy hormone in the brain. Surprisingly, the majority of serotonin in our body is produced in the gut. The microbiome also affects the production of GABA, which has a calming effect on the brain and helps us sleep better. Try a good quality probiotic, taking GABA boosting foods like banana and broccoli, and adding more fermented foods like sauerkraut to your diet. And you may notice yourself feeling calmer and more relaxed. Click here to check out 13 strange perimenopause symptoms you haven't heard of.